He's coming all the way from New York. So please have your seat, please. Good morning. We wanted Chetanji to be here yesterday, but unfortunately he could only make it today. And it's a great privilege of hosting India's most beloved, most celebrated author. Let us start our formal function with a silent prayer. May I please request you to rise for a moment in silent prayer, please. Please, thank you. There was a time, 10,000s of years ago, when Homo sapiens didn't even know that fire existed. The wheel was yet to be created, and our primitive race only had natural intelligence to eat, mate, and survive. As our intelligence grew, the world around us changed. Of the 8.7 million species that inhabit our Mother Earth, not many or any could catch up with the speed of evolution of us humans and human intelligence. The dinosaurs may have been bigger than us. The blue whales might have been mightier than us. But Homo sapiens, we humans, through our intelligence, have ruled over Earth more deeply than any other species that has ever inhabited this blue planet. Now, the evolution of human intelligence has reached a new frontier, breached a different dimension altogether. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence processed by machines. And to know about this new dimension, how to design our own human life in the era of AI, we have with us Chetan Bhagat, India's most loved author. He was among Time magazine's list of world's 100 most influential people. His 5 novels have been adapted into films, from IIT to IIM to investment banking to one of India's most celebrated public intellectuals and opinion makers. We have Mr. Chetan Bhagat. As I told earlier, he has traveled all the way from New York. And Chetanji, from the time I was in college, when I read your 5-point sermon, was always an ardent fan of you. And we have an eminent panel also along with him who will be addressing you all. In order to give you the context, and also to celebrate this beautiful center of lifelong learning, brilliantly conceived by the people in the panel here, may I first invite Mr. Ajay Kumar to give an overview of the event and to set the context. Ajay, please.
Hello, good morning to all of you. I'm starting with a quote. If you don't separate yourself with distractions, what will happen? The distractions will separate you from the goals and the life you want. Can anyone guess who said this? Anyone from the audience? None other than Chetan Bhagat. That's the reason why he is here today. He is an author, he is an investment banker, he inspires a lot of people like me, like you, all ages, all generations. And he's such a wonderful human being. Many of his books have been taken to Bollywood and many other languages. We all have read him. And surprisingly, I understand that he's coming up with a motivational or a management book as his next book. It's not a work of fiction. And when we thought of bringing someone as a celebrated guest, other than any celebrities from the Bollywood or from the film industry, we had listed lots of names, but we couldn't actually shortlist many because there are not many people. There are good writers, but there are not enough good writers who motivates us, who inspires us. There is no one who has mastered lots of field. Like he's an investment banker, as I said earlier. He's an author. He worked for multinational giants, banks, and then at the peak of his career, he resigned from his job. You know, he took calculated risks. Then he started writing. He was saying that when he initially started writing, he used to come to places where you don't have to spend a lot of money to stay. He used to come to Cochin, or he used to come to Kerala, a remote village. He used to stay and write. He has written books from all over the world. His last book, 400 Days, is set in Cochin. So one of the reasons why we invited Mr. Chetan Bhagat here is to inspire us to see, for him to see our village, to understand Sri Lagam Learning Facility, to know more about Dr. C.V. Krishnan's initiatives, to more about us, and for us to more about him. I welcome Chetan ji on behalf of our village. Thank you.
And now we have the celebrated guest and speaker of the day, where Mr. Chetan Bhagat will be speaking to us about the topic. Then we'll have interactions from the audience with him. Chetan Bhagat ji, the stage is all yours, please.
Hello. Hi. Sunday, I've bothered all of you. Instead of watching TV, instead of watching Instagram, YouTube, I've made you come here. So I hope what I tell you is useful to you. I hope it's worth it, you know. And thank you, Rahulji. Thank you, Ajay sir. Thank you, distinguished panelists. So nice to be here. Kerala, I've been connected to it. People read a lot here. Most literate place. So all writers like Kerala. But I've also written books here. I've also set my book here. And it's a difficult topic, you know. What happens in AI? What is going to happen? There's going to be no more jobs. What is going to happen, right? Well, someone will need to make the food. And someone will need to grow crops. And someone will need to build houses. And someone will need to fly the planes. It's not all over. And whatever I talk about today, I will try to talk not as a writer actually, but as a parent. Because I have two sons, twins, who are 19 years old. And even I think sometimes, if everything AI will do, what will they do? You know, what will life be like for them? But how to say it? It's not like something like this has not happened in the world. Now, firstly, though, you might even think, what is this AI? Okay, it's some computer doing some smart answers. You know, it's like a chat GPT. How many of you have tried chat GPT? Wow. So you know, you've tried it. It's quite impressive, isn't it? It is impressive. But it's not just chat GPT that is going to come. A lot of other things are going to come. And I know it looks difficult, that how can the world be that different just because there is some chat GPT? But it's a sign of how different it can be. I'll give you an example. Young people don't even know this. Who are the older people here who remember when to book a railway ticket, you had to go to the ticket counter. Anybody here remember that time? See all the gray-haired people? Yeah, we remember. There was no other way. You have to go to the train station, booking counter. You have to queue up. And when your turn comes, the counter guy will say, what train number? Where is your form? We have to fill a form. If there is one mistake in the form, go back. 2 hours later, your turn will come. And you have to find the train number. You have to find what date, what station to what station. And he may even tell you, sorry, not available that day. Remember those days? It was like project. If you could get the train ticket, It was a huge thing. And now it's all gone. It's all done on IRCTC, right? What happened to the people at the ticket counter? Did they die of hunger? Did they never get a job? Did their kids stop going to school? No, it didn't happen like that. I'm sure firstly, they must have heaved a sigh of relief, not so much work to do. But things evolved. Today, we can't even think of life without online ticket booking. But trust me, it is so innovative. This thing, for people who have seen that era of before internet, it is like magic that you can, now we take it for granted, but it's like magic. So AI, artificial intelligence, will also create magic in lot of things. It's like all the young people today, you will also get old one day. Do you know that? Huh? Believe it, I know it. When I was young, I used to think, I am never getting old. Only uncles get old. And now I am the uncle. So you will also get old one day and you will see the world and say, in our time, drivers used to drive cars. Like a human being would drive a car. And your kids will say, what? What are you saying? The bus used to have a driver? How can it be? I know it sounds strange, but do you know that actually human beings are very bad drivers? Lakhs of people die in road accidents every year. Still. It sounds strange, but at least in countries like USA, where they have the proper roads and all that, auto drive is safer than human drive. Because for the computer, it sees everything in slow motion. Even if car is going at 100 kilometers an hour, for the computer, it doesn't know. For us, it feels like a lot of speed. For us, 100 kilometers an hour is a lot. But a computer works in microseconds. So for computer, the whole thing is slow motion. So if done properly, auto drive, or what they call, complete fully supported driving, is going to come and take over. Already in cities like San Francisco, there is a service called Waymo, which is made by Google. It's already there. It's not like they are planning, it's a future. You can, all these cars are there, you can take to go from one point to the other point. There is no driver in it. It will come to every city. And one day there will not be drivers and your kids will laugh at you. That cars used to have a steering wheel. What? What is a steering wheel? It's the same reaction when we tell you we used to have a phone which we had to dial. Anybody remember those phones? We do. Even symbol is from the old days. You guys are like, why is this phone symbol like this? So I'm saying AI is going to come like this. It will change things in very, very big ways. For example, today, if you go to Kirana store to buy a Maggi, how is that Maggi coming there? It is made in some factory somewhere, and then it gets loaded in some truck, then it passes one state, then it goes to maybe a big city in Kerala, then from there it goes in little tempo and comes to the shop here. Something like that is happening. And some human beings are coordinating it. That, I think, will change. It will be automatically done. The factory, there'll be like goods being transported all over the country. Now, what will happen to all those people who used to manage all these goods? It's a good question, right? So, yes, don't think AI is a small thing. It is going to be huge in many, many areas. ChatGPT is just drop. But when they start putting real application, it's going to be huge. When we rent a house out, we do something called a tenancy agreement. It's a legal document, but it's not very different from various houses. It's just the address is different, term is different, rent is different, things like that. But nowadays we make it. For each tenancy agreement we go and register it. It can be easily done by AI. And therefore, all these lawyers who are making these tenancy agreements, what are they going to do? Take a self-driving car back home with nothing to do. So these things will happen, okay? And it will happen in your lifetime. And it will happen it won't immediately happen, it won't happen next year, but in next 5 to 10 years, all this is coming. But when the internet came, did it not create a lot of jobs? Did it not create a lot of businesses? If internet was not there, would you have known of me, Chetan Bhagat? It's impossible. Because today all my promotions happen on social media. Most of my books are sold on Amazon. So in some ways I can say internet was bad for books because everybody's busy on their phone, but in some ways it's good also. Same way, online tickets came, but it also meant a lot of online travel sites, people who work there. It also meant a lot of efficiency gains. People have time to do other things. It will create opportunities. All you have to do is know that the world is changing. Right? Today, nobody can think of doing business without online strategy. Nobody. Okay? But 20, 30 years ago, there was no internet. What you will have to decide, especially the young people here, what you have to decide? Do I want to be in the field of AI? Okay, that is one path. I want to be in this field, which means tech field, which means computer science, which means this. Now for that, great field to be in, yes, but you need to study very hard. You need to be good at maths, you need to be good at computer science, you probably need to be good at physics. I don't know, you need to be good at all these things and then take that path, which is fine, which is great. You decide if you have the aptitude for that. But it doesn't mean that you have to go in that field only. What you need to understand is, how can I go to a place where AI is used and I also have something to do? You know, and that is when AI is not your main field, but it's a tool you are using. Today you have a restaurant also, or a sweet shop also. You have to have online strategy. How will you do online delivery? How will you have the box? How will you put it in the box? How will you make sure you get the online order? How will you do the accounting? All that is there. Only restaurants who are doing this are winning. Now the latest thing is cloud kitchens. You've heard of cloud kitchens? These are cloud kitchen. When they say cloud kitchen, it means kitchen in a cloud. Now it's not actually in a cloud. What it means is, these restaurants do not exist in real life. They are just a kitchen somewhere in some warehouse. Some go down, some building on the 10th floor. Like I'm from Mumbai, there are a lot of cloud kitchens which are not in the normally restaurant will be in prime area, in the shopping mall or in the main street, and they pay a lot of rent. But what cloud kitchens do? They are just a kitchen. There are no tables, there is no place for people to sit. It's just a kitchen, and it only exists for online delivery. Half the restaurants on Zomato and Swiggy are not really a real restaurant. They are just a cloud kitchen. They make the brand, they make the menu. Dosa, idli, this, that. But you cannot go there and eat. One day in Hyderabad, I wanted to have shawarma. And I saw that there is one shawarma place nearby. I kept searching, kept searching. It was just a go down. I said, where is the shawarma place? Then they said, no, it's a cloud kitchen. We are making the shawarmas here, but we are not having a restaurant. It will come to your house. That's it. So that way they save on the rent. So that's the way something like a restaurant business has evolved. Whatever field you are in, it will evolve. It will become more advanced. It's not like lawyers won't be needed. because tenancy agreements can be done. But lawyers will be needed for doing more advanced things than just simple tenancy agreements. For more complicated cases, for more difficult things, that will always be needed. So just be aware that these things are coming and keep reading articles on it, keep seeing videos on it, whichever field you're interested in, and keep finding what impact AI is having on my field. I don't know about every field. I only gave you few examples. But on every field, there'll be some impact of AI. For example, on writing, first I thought, okay, now AI is going to write all the stories. I'm finished. So I tried ChatGPT. I said, write a story in Chetan Bhagat style. It wrote. Telling Chetan Bhagat is reading my own. I said, write the possible story of Chetan Bhagat's next novel. It wrote. There's a young boy in small town India. He's this, that. I was like, okay, not bad. Not bad. But it wasn't having the heart. It doesn't have the heart. It didn't have that emotional component. It was just basic. Basically, it was looking at my previous books and tried to make a mishmash of that and wrote. And I realized, okay, it can summarize very well, but it cannot give emotion. So I need to bring more emotion into my stories, even in my articles. I can tell ChatGPT to write an article. I can tell ChatGPT to write an article on impact of AI on young people. It will tell. But it will not be able to give the kind of examples I'm giving. It will not be able to have the connect I'm having with you. It will not be able to say, I'm telling you because I also have 2 sons. It cannot do that. But that made a difference to the way you are listening to me today. So you see, I also have tried to understand that it's coming, but there is no point in me saying things that ChatGPT will already say. So that way, all of you have to learn about this. It's a great opportunity because what will happen is most people won't even care about this. Most people will keep on doing things the same way. But if you like a field, just go there and search articles on impact of AI on restaurant business, impact of AI on writing, impact of AI on legal business, impact of AI on shipping business. Many places you will get, right? And you keep checking every 6 months because it's evolving. And then you may find an opportunity. Suddenly you'll be like, okay, they are looking for people like this. That's great. And then you will find that opportunity that wasn't there in the way it was before. Not everyone has to become a coder. Not everyone has to become in that field. If you go in that field, it's even great. I mean, that's your aptitude. You go there. But always keep abreast of this. Now, there are some things that will always remain fashionable in life, no matter how much AI comes. Let me tell you what those are. Hard work will always remain fashionable. Just because AI has come doesn't mean lazy people are going to do better. Discipline is always going to stay in fashion. Just because AI has come doesn't mean that people who don't have any discipline will start doing very well, and people who are very disciplined in life are not doing well. That won't happen. Right? AI coming does not mean that you can waste your time on the phone, which a lot of people do. I also do. We all do. We have to be careful. We have to be self-regulatory. But if you waste 6-7 hours on your phone every day, whether AI comes or not comes, you will ruin your career. I guarantee you. You can ruin your career without AI also, by the way. It's legal to spoil your life. Government won't stop you. Government won't say, I just eat junk food, I don't study, I just check my phone every day. Anyway, AI is going to come, it's going to take over everything. Now we are all doomed anyway. I can guarantee you, you will have a disastrous life. But if you say, I'm going to sleep on time, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to take care of my physical fitness, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep improving myself. I'm going to keep learning. I can guarantee you, AI comes, or super AI comes, or some aliens come on this earth, metaverse comes. I don't care what technology comes. You will do well. Because hardworking, committed, disciplined people are always going to be in demand in this world. Ask companies, they still cannot get people who are reliable, who are punctual, who work hard, who want to learn, who are curious, who don't want to waste their time. For you young people, that's all actually you need to worry about right now. To become a disciplined, hardworking person. Because the habits you develop in your childhood, they stay. I'm being very honest. It's not easy. And that is in every area of your life. It could be in your fitness, for example. It could be in your study habits. I had very bad eating habits. For example, when I was growing up, I loved sugar. I loved food. I still, when I come to Kerala, I eat too much. This morning also, I ate so much breakfast. I don't know. But I thought, okay, my excuse was I'm leaving Kerala. I'm only here for one day. And it took me a long time. Like in my 40s, I tried to develop some discipline about my food. Why? Because from childhood, my discipline was spoiled. So, when you see school sometimes, you go to school and like, why am I studying this stupid subject? You say, right? I mean, I don't know. Supposing you want to become a doctor and you're studying history. You're like, why am I studying this nonsense? I'm not interested. I don't want to do it. I don't feel like it. It's a test of your discipline. Because if you only do things you feel like in life, you will never get anywhere. I feel like studying today, so I'll study. I don't feel like studying, so I won't study. I feel like I like this subject. I feel like I hate this subject. So I won't study. Life is not like that. Life is not your mummy papa's house. I know, mummy papa make it nice. Mom and dad make it nice, right? You are the star, you are the angel. They call you all that. You are the fairy. I don't know if what else is. But when you join an office, they won't call you all that. They won't say, my Raja beta, it's okay you came late. Eat some paisam. It's not going to happen. Only mom does that. If you are bad at your work, they will say, you suck. Please leave. Get out. This is the world out there. I'm telling you because nobody tells you when you're a child. Schools don't tell you all this. And everything is like nice, When you're a child, it's amazing. I'm telling you, it just gets worse. Life is struggle. Life is hard. So develop that discipline. Your best armor, of course, you can check articles on AI, you can see videos on AI. Correct. You need to know what is going on. You can't have your eyes closed in this world. But your best defense against all these things happening is hard work, discipline, purposeful life. Nobody can hurt you then. I have been in books. When my books came out, there was no smartphones. So there was a different level of importance for books. People couldn't have any portable kind of entertainment. You had books. Books were always portable entertainment. Right? But today everybody has this. Now where do books come in? But I said, you know what? As long as I keep working hard, so I keep writing books, I also make YouTube videos, I also make Instagram videos, I also make posts, I also tweet, I do all kinds of things associated with the phone. Because I can't just sit and say, oh, now it's all over. And what is coming of use to me is my work discipline. The same discipline I put in school, the same discipline I put in to get into IIT, to clear that entrance exam, the same discipline I put in to write my first book, the same discipline I put to put my YouTube videos. You be ready to work hard and Have that discipline, and nothing can damage you in this world, because people who work hard and are disciplined are only 10%. 90% of people don't work hard. If you are ready to work hard, put in that discipline in your life, no AI can touch you and nothing can stop you from doing well. Right? Let me give you some other tips, my favorite things I like to say. There is a nice quote I like. It's called "Life is uphill." Life is uphill. And you don't realize it when you are young. You realize it by the time you're my age, 49. Now I know what is life. Now my life is only mostly over. Now you realize. By the time most of the life goes in realizing. But I'm telling you one thing. We like life in easy mode. We like life to be without pain. We like life to be without difficulty. And we think that's a good, happy life. But it doesn't work like that. It is painful to study hard and become a topper. I understand. Watching Instagram reels is much more fun. Yes, I also watch. It's painful to go to the gym. It's painful to go out for a run. It's painful to give up sweet things, sugar, desserts, sweet dish, whatever. It's painful. Right? So you give it up. You like, I don't want to do all this, and therefore I won't have pain. I'll have happy life. But I'll tell you what else is painful. It's painful to be a loser. It's painful to have mediocre life. It's painful to not have enough money. It's painful to have bad health. It's painful to have diabetes. It's all these things are coming back. If you were watching Instagram reels and your friends were studying, and one day they will be ahead of you in life and you will be behind, it will be painful. More painful than opening those books and studying. If you think, I don't know what are the sweet things here. Eating gulab jamun and I don't know. What do people like to eat here for sweets? Same things, right? And if you think this is going to make you happy, then one day when you have heart disease, when you have high blood pressure, when you have hypertension, when you have diabetes, it's going to be a problem. Now, at a young age, you don't think of all this because you're like, these things happen to old people. But you are going to become those old people. Do you know how many people in India have diabetes or hypertension? 40% or something. It's a crazy number. If you are above 45, chances of you having diabetes is 1 in 3, hypertension, which is high blood pressure, is 1 in 3. It's crazy. Half the population is sick. And ask them if they would have done things differently in young age, they will say yes. Same way, most of India doesn't have the kind of income, the kind of opportunities. You guys have it. You guys today have come here, and at this age, people are coming, not just me, many people have come and are telling you what the world is like. Now it's up to you, you want to take it or not. Or you can just say, it's okay. I don't need to be very high in life. I'll just get a simple job. I just want to be happy. You will not be happy. It's your brain trying to avoid work right now. So it's saying, I don't need this. I don't need this achievement. But at the end of the day, later in life, you will feel the pain. You will feel like, I had a chance, yaar. Why didn't I become the best I can become? And I'm not just telling this to the young people. There are some parents also here. Once we become parents, another problem begins. We think it's only about the kids. Everything is about kids. Please improve our kids. Because we have lived our life. My friends also say, Arey yaar, now what you say? Now it's kids' time. We have done our thing. Really? Then die. Why are you alive? If you think like this, it's never over till the last day. You have to keep improving yourself at any age. I don't care. At 40, at 50, at 60, 70, 80, till the day you die. You have to keep pushing yourself, trying to keep improving yourself. All these things, it's great to love your kids. I also do. But not at the cost of yourself. And this is a very Indian thing. People are ready to sacrifice everything for their kids. Nobody is going to thank you. Nobody is going to come and say, thank you for ruining your life and making my life. They'll say, why did you ruin your life? You know. Another thing I'll tell you, nobody is going to come and save you. Nobody in this world cares about you as much as you care about yourself. If you want. People, 2-3 people may care, your parents, some family members, but they don't care as much. They have their own life. So you have to make something out of your life, and you can't just check out, I'm 40 now I have kids, as long as my kid is studying, it's okay. No. No. Don't think like that. I used to think like that, and it was a very big mistake. I ignored my health, I ignored my mental peace, lot of things, and now last few years I've been working only on that. I started running, I'm 49 now, I started running at 47. I can't show you before after photos right now, but yes, this morning I went for a run in Kochi because I don't give that up now. Because my boys are 19 years old, what I keep taking care of them? They have youth on their side. I have to take care of myself. I am 49. If I don't take care, their body can take it. They can stay up all night and they'll be fine. You know, they can party for 2 days non-stop. I can't. But we think everything is about the kids. Don't do that. Don't do that. In the plane, you go in a flight, what do they say? Wear your oxygen mask and then help others. So please never do that you are trying to make others happy at the cost of your own happiness. That's something to realize. The essential purpose, what is AI? It is an improvement. It is improvement in technology. It is innovation. It is evolution. Today it's AI, tomorrow it could be something else. Yesterday it was internet, before that it was electricity, then it was cars, all these things were there. They will keep happening. What can you do as a human being is to say that just like these technologies, I will live my life to keep improving myself. Just keep improving yourself. In some area of your life, you have to keep improving, not just career. For young people, I focus more on career, but maybe you guys have to focus on other areas now. 3 things determine happy life: your career, your health, and your relationships. 3 things: career, health, relationships. What you do, and if you're a homemaker, then that aspect of the work you do at home, your health, and your relationships. Now give yourself marks out of 10 in these areas, in your head, out of 10. How much in career, how much in health, how much in relationships you get. And if you have 9 in career, but your health is 3, or your relationships are 4, you won't be happy if you make that 9, 10. And that's what people keep doing. They just keep chasing one thing. So when I say you are 50, what do I work on? If you've ignored your health, start working on your health. If you think you have ignored your relationships, start working on your relationships. Every day, try to get better than you were yesterday. Whether you're young, whether you're old, whatever. And these people will do well in life. AI can come, doesn't matter. AI can come. I will find a way to use it for my brand, my career. I'll figure out. Because I come to morning every day to work hard. As a student say, okay, let AI come. I'll figure out a way how I can use AI to have an even better career, rather than saying, oh my God, AI is coming, now we are all dead. No. That's the only thing I think you need to look at overall. For the older people, I just find you guys like my friends, my batchmates and all. And they just give up. Please don't give up on life. Life is wonderful. Life is amazing. And do things that you were not able to do so far in life. You must have one or two dreams you have not achieved. Now is the time to do it. And for you young people, like I said, have a purpose-driven life. You don't know what you're capable of. You have no idea how far you can go. You only think, okay, my friends are doing this, my neighbors are doing this, my relatives are doing this, my dad did this, my aunt did this, I'll also be this. Don't think like that. Don't think, because don't let your identity be defined by your parents, aunts, uncles, 4, 5 friends and neighbors. No. There is a very big world. Nobody in my family ever became a writer. Nobody in my family ever thought they will be famous. If I started thinking like that, I would also be only there. Someone has to think that, okay, I can maybe try for something more. Doesn't mean you have to become famous, but you have to say, I have to rise way above. And you will. Just consistent hard work, discipline, better habits will take you so far. And then all this AI will not matter. Right? Keep emotions. Understand that human beings work on emotions and AI still cannot do emotions. It will do one day, but right now the way it's been designed, it's not designed to be emotional. It's like a parrot. It's like a very good parrot, AI right now. It looks at the entire internet and then gives you an answer. But it doesn't understand that answer. It's just very good at sorting that answer and putting it for you. So it has got no emotions. But human beings, they work on emotions. Now elections are coming, you wait and see. Is the elections going to be about emotions or logic? Every election in India is about emotions, finally. People will always value emotions. So keep that emotional touch. Understand people. Understand how to read a room. Understand what the other people are thinking around you. Logic will only take you so far. Human beings are not only intelligent. Human beings are, what I always say, we have created AI, but we haven't created AS, which is artificial stupidity. Because human beings are intelligent but also stupid. Like if I have not eaten whole day and I'm tired and you come to me and ask me for some question or something, I may reply to you very angrily. I might say, what are you asking me? Get out of here. Whereas if I'm in a good mood, something good happened to me that day, I've rested, some good news has come, I'll say, yeah, let me explain to you. Same human being, sometimes being very kind, sometimes being very angry. How? Because we are emotional. And that emotions mean a little bit stupid also. And artificial stupidity is not there. And that's why AI is limited. Because we cannot replicate human behavior yet so easily. It's very hard to tell a machine how to be angry like a human being, when to be angry. Emotions are about our body. Emotions, when you get angry, your heart rate is up. Your body is a physiological response. So don't worry so much also. As long as you have the human touch, you have hardworking, you're disciplined, and you are aware of what is going on. What is the things that are changing due to AI? You can still use it to do very well in life. No threat is coming. All those scenarios that AI will rule the world, that last bit I'll say is, there are some theories on how machines will rule the world and they'll set off nuclear bombs. It's not possible. Fortunately or unfortunately, these bombs will always be in the control of human beings, which also is a problem, by the way. Because you see that human beings who are so powerful in this world, they can declare wars, they can do anything. So that is a problem and that remains a problem. But power is not something human beings give up so easily. Once human beings have power, they don't like to give it up. Ask politicians, they will tell you. They spend their entire life trying to get power. So to say that we will give power to a machine, that will never happen. But some human being may use the machine badly. Just as that Oppenheimer movie, like some technology was created and it was used badly. That will happen. But that's again a human being thing. But don't think like some robots will come and they will like shoot all of us down or something like that. That won't happen. But yes, AI will come, the world will change. But for all the hardworking, smart people here who keep an emotional connect with other human beings and are ready to change with the waves of time, it is a wonderful opportunity. So yeah, I wish you all the best in life. Thank you for having me. I hope this made you think a little bit. And yeah, we're all learning. Thank you so much.
Yeah. A louder round of applause, please. That was very insightful. I was listening and noting down the points. It's always a privilege to listen to him. And as a parent too, one of the most striking features Chetan Bhagat always brings, he gets out to the ground. He reminds us the importance of hard work, discipline. And Chetanji, our beloved Chetan, Dr. Krishnan, will be honoring you with a style. So may I please request Dr. C.V. Krishnan to honor Chetan Bhagat with a Kerala style Ponada, please. Yes, yes. As promised, we will have an interaction with the panel and Mr. Chetan Bhagat, but we would also love to listen to the eminent people here. We have Dr. C.V. Krishnan, an educationist par excellence and a doyen in the field of learning, who has won very many awards, including the Walt Disney's American Teacher Award and the Educator of the Year 2000 Award. It's a privilege to invite such an expert in the field of learning and education, a person who could conceive lifelong learning and get it to people. Dr. C.V. Krishnan, sir, please.
Good morning, all. Thank you, Chetan, for your wonderful speech. Sorry to tell you that real Dr. Krishnan is not here. AI Krishnan is speaking in front of you. Sorry, Mr. Chetan, you came the wrong day. I think there is no poism today. We will try to get it somehow. But I was not programmed for that, so I'm working hard in the next 3 hours to get you the payasam before you leave here today. Yesterday we had payasam here. I'm also sorry to tell you that we are working on emotions and heart. So you better start looking for a better job other than writing. Soon those days will be gone too. But there will be always other work. This fear-mongering was there all the time, so don't worry about it. Okay? The real Dr. Krishnan is sleeping in Long Island, New York. It is around 1:30 in the morning. So whatever you hear is from the AI Krishnan. When AI Krishnan started working, there were no computers. There were no calculators. We had to do it by hand and using our brain, the multiplication and the division and all other calculations. They were working hard in Tata Institute of Fundamental Research to produce computers. And AI Krishnan is happy to tell you that the current director of Tata Institute of Fundamental Research is right from our own little village Cherp. We should be happy for that. He has overcome not only our Mother Earth, he is going into the other cosmos. So we should be proud of that too. The AI Krishnan is also want to tell you that he could not use any computers when he was in Mumbai for 10 years. Then he went to Stony Brook. He had to learn to use IBM 360 using Fortran language. And we had no personal computers. And we had to punch cards in a machine. Big punch, we were doing statistical mechanical calculations, and the punch cards will be about 200 of them in a bundle. Take it to the computing center where you had IBM 360. Hope there is no mistake when you typed it, the cards, and the next day you will get the result. After some time, I got tired of that computing because quite often, sometimes the card will fall or there will be a programming error and things like that. But before those computers, then came the calculator that made life a little easier. Then around 1980, the first mistake made by US government was to give me an award, and along with that, they gave me a Commodore 64 computer. And I had decided, because of my frustration with IBM computers and the punch card, that I'm not going to do any more computing in my life. But then this Commodore 64 and the Apples changed my life again. So when you have AI, you will be forced to make changes in your life again. Don't be worried. He gave you a lot of pessimistic views. No, be happy and gay. That's what we are meant here for. No matter what it is, we will overcome all of those. There will be more jobs. That is the natural process. That will keep going, and I am sure AI cannot overcome our emotions, and even though they are working on it and hard, there will be still other challenges to overcome. So there will be always challenges to overcome in our lives. So please don't be discouraged, youngsters. Have a good time. That's what we are here for. And that's the final message from AI Krishnan through the real Krishnan in Long Island, New York. The reason why the real Krishnan is in New York, Long Island is because he is snoring it away and there is no wife nearby to complain. The real wife of Dr. Krishnan is here watching the AI Krishnans. Okay, so be happy and gay, and thanks a lot, Chetan, once again for your wonderful speech. It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
That was amazing, sir. May I please invite a person who is a management thinker, an art enthusiast, a mentor, a business advisor, a viral TEDx speaker, and an author. Let me steal Dr. Kiran Bedi ma'am's line on him. You can take Ajay Kumar out of Peruvanam, but you cannot take Peruvanam out of Ajay Kumar. നമ്മുടെ നാടിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല സാംസ്കാരിക അംബാസിഡർമാരിൽ ഒരാളായ one of the cultural doyens and ambassadors.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Chetanji and Krishnan, for your wonderful insights. I would like to add a few points what Chetan was speaking. I had an interesting conversation with the CEO of Cisco just before COVID, when I was attending a networking event in US. So in his conversation, he was talking about a time after 10 years from, say, 2019, when you will be boarding a flight from one of the US cities to another city. And you are having a conversation with the person sitting next to you. And after 5-10 minutes of your conversation, then you come to have a doubt from the clarity of thoughts and the logic and the way he speaks. You have a doubt that this is not human. And in order to clarify that, you ask that person that, are you human or not? And the person confirms that he is not and he is a robot. And the interesting thing is, the story or the problem doesn't end there. What happens next is the same robot may sue this person for robotic rights. So this is the kind of era that we are going to, or we will go through. And many of you sitting here, the school students or the students from the college, after 5 years or 10 years, you will be facing the real world. You will have to go for interviews. And you may also face another challenge, that when multinational companies or even local companies start advertising for new jobs, what will happen is 50% of the jobs are only reserved for human beings. Today, reservations are there for castes and all kinds of caste, creed, religion-based reservations. You may see that only 50% reserved for human beings. So this is another possible scenario that we are all going to face. So as a student of college or school, that you are going to face a world with lots of pessimistic views. There are all kind of reasons to be pessimistic. But at the same time, as Chetan was rightly pointing out and AI Krishnan was mentioning, there are a lot of other things also that matters in life. Because Chetanji was speaking about the importance of hardworking, importance of consistency. So all of these things have nothing to do with AI. When we started life, we all had challenges, various kinds of challenges at that point in time. I remember having taken a strike in my childhood days for computerization. So all of this are bound to happen. But as a youngster, what is important for you is you need to identify your passion, what you are passionate about. I think that's the most important thing that you need to think about. And you need to stop worrying about what others think about you. You need to start worrying about what you think about yourself. I think that is also a very important thing in life. Chetanji was mentioning about Cloud Kitchen, and many of you said you know about Cloud Kitchen. So this Cloud Kitchen is a very recent word. But I'm going to tell you one interesting, very inspiring story from our own village, who is my own classmate. His name is Raju. I'm sure he's not here now. He started when we were all going to college. He was passionate about he wanted to be a chef. He didn't go to a hospitality industry or anywhere. He started cooking for himself and then for the neighbors, and then people started knowing about him. And today he has a big facility in his own home, which is called Cloud Kitchen, which Chetanji was mentioning or he was defining. So this man invented Cloud Kitchen even before the word Cloud Kitchen was invented. So if you are passionate about what you're doing, I'm sure you will be able to succeed. You will have success in life. And one more thing I would like to say before I conclude, which is about leadership. I think leadership qualities, your soft skills, all of this you need to develop. Once you have your relationship management, your leadership qualities in place, the way you behave, the way you make friends, all of this things will change your life in a significant way. So with all of this, I would like to conclude because we are running short of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ajayji. Now we have Mr. Rajiv Kuderi. He's an entrepreneur, art patron, and a great speaker. Sri Rajiv has been at the forefront of the cultural scene in Thrissur for more than 2 decades. His passion for art, coupled with his skills in organizational management and event curation, has made Rajiv a notable cultural presence in all the cultural events in the cultural capital of Kerala. Sri Rajiv, please.
Good morning, everybody. We have already listened to very eminent speakers highly successful people in their own area. So I thought I'll just share my story, my life story, in few minutes, in 5 minutes, and if you get some message out of that, I'll be very happy. See, I hail from the same village, Chair. I'm born and brought up here only. And I did my schooling in one of the local schools, Malayalam medium schools, CNN Boys High School. I know that students are here from the same school. Then I joined St. Thomas College, Thrissur, for pre-degree. Those days it was not +1 and +2, it was pre-degree. And I also completed my graduation in chemistry from St. Thomas College. See, those days, if you're an average student and you complete your graduation, your first aim is to get into a job and earn something for yourself and for your family. And of course, I was a very average student. I also took the same route. I was searching for a job, and fortunately for me, I got a job into a public sector financial organization called Unit Trust of India. Many of you might be knowing it, a company which is dealing with financial products like mutual funds. I worked there for 6 months. Then I could realize that it is not my cup of tea. That profession is not my cup of tea. Not because the company is bad, not because the job profile is bad. It doesn't fit to my profile or my passion. Then I quit UTI and I joined in a very small pharma company. I worked for 2 years. Then I joined in a multinational pharma giant called Novartis. And that was my first turning point in my life. I joined in Novartis and my area of work was Thrissur. Those times it is very difficult to get an international corporate exposure working in Thrissur. There was no online job, there was no working from home kind of things as it is available now. Those times it is very difficult to get an international corporate exposure working in Thrissur. But I was fortunate enough to get into a company which is a multinational corporate, Novartis. And also, Novartis was a company which has given a lot of importance for training and developing their people. So I could undergo a lot of training programs, both on-house and from external agencies. I could develop my skills, especially selling skills, for the all 13 years I worked for Novartis. And after 13 years, one of my cousins, Mr. Jairaj, he's been here. Can you just raise your hand? He's Jairaj. He has given a proposal to me and a couple of our common friends, Dinesh and Mahaboob. Dinesh is also here, sitting besides him. So he has given a proposal, Jairaj has given a proposal to us that he has been into the construction industry. He is an engineer, civil engineer. The proposal was, why don't we join together to start a real estate development company? So for me, it was a very tough decision to quit the job from a company like Novartis, because I was earning a good salary, incentives, and I was a top performer too in Novartis, and very comfortable nature of job. But I took that decision, and we joined together, 4 of us joined together, and we formed a real estate development company. That is the second turning point in my life. Now we are into 3 other industries apart from real estate industry. We are into automobile industry. We are dealers of Bajaj Auto. We are into lubricant industry. We are the dealers of Indian Oil Corporation. Also, we are into the renewable energy with the brand name of Zero Carbon. And put together, the 4 us as a group, we are having a turnover of 100 crores plus now in Thrissur. So I would like to bring in 3 points here. Number 1 point, if you want to be successful, you don't have to go out of your country or even out of your state. By staying in your village, in your place, you can be a successful entrepreneur, you can be a successful professional. That is number 1. And number 2, you have to be consistent enough. So you cannot be good at every areas of your profession or your organization. Find out which are the areas you are good at and try to develop those skill set and try to sharpen those skills throughout your career and throughout your life. Where the areas where you are not good at, try to hire people from outside and develop them so that you can be an equilibrium, form an equilibrium in your organization. Number 3, in my lifetime, I've gone across 3 revolutions. After my graduation, immediately after my graduation, it was the IT revolution. And after some years, it was a telecom revolution. And now it is a Internet of Things and AI revolution. I never have been a part of any of this revolution. Still, I can be a successful entrepreneur in Thrissur. So be consistent and like what you're doing, do what you like. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajiv ji. Now we have Praveen Parameshwar. Praveen Parameshwar, we studied together in London School of Economics, a close friend of mine. He is chief lifeologist along with Sri Rahul Jain Iyer in lifeology, an eminent educator and thinker. Praveen Parameshwar, please. May I please invite you to address.
So good morning all. So first of all, I think I would like to extend my, I would say heartfelt gratitude to Krishnatan, Ajay and Rajiv to put up this entire show, and for Rahul Ishwar to act as a bridge between Sherpa and Chetan Bhagat, so to get him here for this event, and for all of you to be here on this Sunday morning, because basically human beings, we are not that dynamic, active, motivated people. So human beings are like, I always try to bring an analogy to compare between human beings and lions. So usually lions, so they sleep for around 20 hours a day. And they're awake only for 4 hours, and they go hunt, eat, and come back and sleep for another 20 hours. So same like that, given an opportunity, we all would like to be at our home, relaxed, sleep, and just do whatever we do, like a Sunday morning, right? So none of us want to be very dynamic, very active, and go to work or go to study and exercise and do things. But what happened? We moved out of our comfort zone. We moved out of our natural attitude to be lazy, aloof, and be in the comfort zone. And we worked, we put all our energy, and we put all our motivated activities. So what happens? So the two animals, human beings as well as lions, having the same attitude, having the same mindset, but one animal, which is human being, moved out of its comfort zone and worked as what we are doing now. So what is happening now? We are out of the cage, ruling the world, and the lions are within the cage. So what will happen in future? When the AI is coming up, when the things are happening on the technology front as well, if we are not becoming more motivated, more dynamic, more active, the people who are having well facilitated by AI will rule the world, and the rest may be within the cages, like what is happening with the lions now. So I would like to tell all of you, we have a natural tendency to be lazy. We have a natural tendency to be aloof. We have a very natural human tendency to be within our comfort zone. So until and unless we become very unnatural in life, so we may be caged by somebody else. So let us together decide we are going to move out of our comfort zone. We are taking ourselves out of the zone of laziness, zone of aloofness, and we are going to be extremely dynamic for enjoying, I would say, the brightness of the day. So we have to be unnatural to be successful in this world of AI. So we have to design our life in a way that we are unnaturally motivated and unnaturally focused and unnaturally hardworking to become extremely successful in this world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Praveen. And now the most awaited interaction. You can ask questions to anyone. I know you will all be dying to ask questions to Chetan Bhagat. We have a limited time, so please make most of the time, and the mic will be given to you. You can have those questions, and Chetan Bhagat and others will be ready to answer a question. So please be ready with your question. Chetan, can you hand over? Yes. So questions, we already have questions from 2 or 3, but I would like to start with a random person. We have already 1 or 2 eminent people ready to ask questions to you. But before that, anyone, please feel free. Rather than we calling someone, please, yes sir. So a man who is very young at heart is ready with the first question. Sir, please.
Thank you. First of all, thank you, Chetanji, for this insights, especially from a parent's perspective and me being a father, I could relate to many of the things which you said. Having said that, that very perspective is making me ask you this question, is that my daughter, she was applying for universities in USA. And as many of you here may know, in the US system, you have to write an essay to get admission to the universities. That essay is like a free-flowing essay. You can write about yourself, all sorts of things. So she came to me because this is the first time she is doing it. She studied partly in Gulf, India, and then migrated to US. So she had her own difficulties in compiling an essay to write. So she came to me. Now, I immediately thought that I could help her because of my experience and my exposure. But I said, no, do one thing, you write the essay with whatever comes to your mind. Don't worry about the structure, don't worry about the grammar, don't even worry about the spelling, but you write. Then she said, it's only 200 to 250 words. I don't know how to write like that and count. I said, don't worry, let it be 1,000 words. You write. But the first draft, I insisted that she writes and gives it to me. Now see the beauty. She wrote about 5-6 pages about her and her thoughts, ambitions, blah, 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 everything and all. When I read it, actually, I came to know many aspects of her, which as a father, I never knew about her. So that way it helped me reading her essay. Then I sat with her, we fine-tuned it, made it in 200 words, 250 words. It was a great experience which we enjoyed doing it together. And thank to God, the whole exercise helped and she got admission into a very good university. That's okay. So my question is, with the advent of artificial intelligence, now the same student, if somebody here is trying to do that, what he or she will do, she will tell the artificial intelligence, put up an essay for me for American university admission. It will write the first structure. Okay, like you said, you can, then she will only tweak it, etc., etc. So there, the enjoyment of doing it or the heart of it, the art part of it, I would say after some time with artificial intelligence, with the children and with the parents, it gradually gets reduced. So my worry is on that aspect because not every child is a whiz kid. Let's address the average kids. Most of the children are average kids. We are hearing success stories here, but remember, they are exceptions. They are not the rule. Most of them are average children. So what an average child will do, he will take it from the artificial intelligence. The same thing. He may copy it. He may make a little tweaking here and there. That's all he will do. And like
Can we take Chetan's input on that, sir?
Yeah, just one sentence I want to add. Like Dr. Krishnan said, artificial intelligence is also fine-tuning itself. Every time somebody uses it and knows that there are mistakes and he tweaks it, artificial intelligence feeds on its own input, its own results. So it gets fine-tuned. So my point is a stage will come when the creativity of the students, the young generation, gets impacted. Over to you, sir.
Your name too, sir, your name.
Okay. My name is Krishnan, and I am also from a village here, a village which you related to the villages here, a village which did not even have driver-driven buses when I was coming to school.
That's beautiful articulation.
Thank you.
Chetanji,
Okay. Well, I mean, I have tried, like I said, I have tried in ChatGPT, whenever I write an article, I try to put it there and say, improve this article. And honestly, it has not been able to because it has a fakeness to it. There is a fakeness. What the US college admissions, when they make the child write the essay, they are not looking at essay writing skills. They are looking at a story. Everyone has their unique story of life. And a machine can't tell that story. Even if it's an average student, they have their own story. I don't think you have to worry too much because these AI written essays, AI written songs, AI written, they are very bad. They are horrible. That's why I'm still here. It is not that easy for the AI to at least be creative yet. But maybe one day it will be. then what you are saying is a valid concern. Like he said, they are working on it, but it is still the original voice. Why people read me? It's not for my English. Everybody knows English. Otherwise, all English teachers will be writing bestsellers. Why it's there? Because of the connect. And that connect AI is not able to get right now. Because it works like a machine. It doesn't understand the human beings. So yeah.
We have a second question. We have Anuja Bashir, who is an eminent female entrepreneur. She's the founder of Oria, CEO of FlexiCloud, a TEDx speaker, a startup mentor and author. Anuja, the stage is all yours.
Hello,
She has
Chetan.
met you at Singapore too. Yeah.
Yeah, we met during our flight towards Singapore. So I know you have got 2 boys. So our kids are of same age actually. So speaking about that topic, when you said before you and today's you, I can literally see how glamorous you have become and how healthy you have become. So you give me an insight of, how you should take care of yourself and the way as a startup entrepreneur, I am going with the rage and the speed I'm going. I'm understanding that I need to have some me time of your own. I'll definitely take this input today when I go home back. So coming to my question back, you were talking about empathy. Okay, so as the sir mentioned the same thing about the empathy thing, being a parent also, this the Gen Zs are going on a very fast technology-driven life. So how do you think that we can, AI can foster a deep sense of empathy in not only in understanding what humans want to say, but also their emotions or empathy? How exactly we can foster that kind of?
I don't think it can right now, and I don't think it can for a long time. But sir, I think I'll let sir answer this because he said they are working on the emotional aspects of AI.
Question, sir.
Follow the question. The answer is, how did you have AI?
Okay.
Your brain is enough to make you put that emotion also into the programming. It is a language. It's a programming language. If you learn computer
But
science...
still the human thing, the human thing. The human thing, the emotions of a human, because AI is, I mean, what is fed to AI that has been technology, right?
The emotions of a human can be easily programmed. People on it.
Okay.
Everything. Nobody thought there will be AI. Nobody thought there will be robotics. Robotics came from a person. I'll tell you, now you know Tinkering Lab. Many schools get awards.
Yes,
Robotics came from a person who was an engineer, and he developed a machine that you see in many sea faces on 2 wheels. They work on 2 wheels. He collaborated with an MIT professor and came up with a game. Every year there is US first robotics. And I was one of those advisors for 4 years. And our school, not known for any AI, or they were football players, American football.
Okay.
They were great in that. They were also musicians, but nothing with AI. But we were given the charge of having that program. So I had to hire people, for smart people, saying, I will take them to Walt Disney World in 3 years.
Okay.
Then I had to get teachers from the technology department and machine shop. They said, no, this is your department. I said, no, this is your job. I'm helping you. So I hired the machine shop people and other things. Then the students, I had honor students. I told them, I'll take you to Disney World for the finals in 3 years, and they joined. That's
So
how
you mean
the
to
team
say
was.
that soon that the D-Day will come?
So like that, emotions will be done. You wait for, if I'm speaking from Long Island, New York, by
Yes.
pressing a button.
Yes.
If I am alive for 10 years, you will see emotions and heart in the program in this world today. Nobody thought you will go to the moon, right? Now we are, even in India, we are trying to land in the moon.
Yes.
So we will be there. Take it from me. And I'm telling from New York, Long Island, an 85-year-old man.
The
So if I'm alive up to 95, you can ask me the same question, because an AI Krishna will be on the stage with emotions and heart packed into it. That's if this hall still stays safe.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So it's going to be AI Krishnan and EI Krishnan, artificial intelligent and emotionally intelligent Krishnan. Next we have Janvi Menon, who is an author. Her poetry, The Mindless Deluge, poetry encompassing all aspects of life, were well received. Can we have your question? Would you like to ask a question? Being an author to Chetan, please. Next we have Devan, Master.
Hello. Hello. Yeah. You said you quit your job, your long-term job, to start writing. How was the how did you get your books published? How did you make connections in that world? And was that shift like difficult? How did you adjust to it?
Yeah, it was very difficult. It's very difficult. In India, you get banking job abroad, you get paid in dollars, and you saying, I want to quit to become writer. It was one of the hardest things I've done, actually. But you know, life is such that you must be true to yourself, because if you're not true to yourself, you become very unhappy as an individual inside and you don't know it. And I think after every 10, 20 years, it happens to me at least that I have to find a new path. Even this motivational speaking and things like that, it is not what I used to do when I used to write earlier. I used to only write love stories. But I do this now because I had to evolve, try and do new things. And it was difficult. It's always easier to keep going back. And it was difficult to quit banking because it used to pay so well. And all my friends were doing that. My entire social circle was in that industry. Suddenly I have no friends and no job. And no money. So it's not easy. Yeah. It's not easy, right?
Yeah, I think that's true. Just to answer her question, the more human AI becomes, I think the more creative human will become. So that will always happen. So we don't have too much worry about AI, but at the same time, we cannot give an excuse that because of AI we couldn't do well. That is also not right. Yeah.
So anyone feel free. We will have Mr. Mahadevan, we will have Hari Govind came towards the stage, and we will have that girl. Fine? Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning, sir. My question is, most of the youngsters, including myself, are afraid of getting into politics. I myself am confused because I am also afraid of getting into politics. Why do you think it's like that?
How old are you?
I am 12.
Chetanji will be going out of business in some time, you know.
I am just like, yeah, firstly, I must say big congrats to you, because when I was your age, I would not have had the guts to ask any question. Forget about like, I'm afraid to get into politics. Okay, why do you want to get into politics and what are you afraid of?
I mean, I'm not afraid of, I'm actually afraid of getting into politics. I don't know the main reason. I think it's mostly because of the protest and violence.
Okay, and why do you want to get into politics?
I don't want to get into politics. I'm just asking why.
Okay, you don't want to get. Okay, yeah, better to stay away. But if you really want to, you want to, right? I mean, it depends. I mean, it's better to stay away, I believe, because it's very negative, and right now it's too negative because of social media. But, you know, if there is a deep desire to get into it, there's only one life. It is difficult, but that's the path you choose. Nothing is easy in life. It is especially difficult. But I think for the people who do it, they really love it. Otherwise, you can't do it. When something is this difficult, that's why I haven't done it. Because it's just too much work. I don't know. What do you suggest? People here want to join politics?
Yeah, I think if you're passionate about doing something, you should pursue it. I was talking about my friend who was very passionate about becoming a chef. He didn't go to any college, but he followed his passion. And he's one of the most successful cloud kitchen entrepreneurs of Kerala today. So if you feel like going to politics, you should.
Okay, Hari Govind, I suppose. Yes, yes.
Hi, Chetan sir. My name is Hari Govind. I am studying in 10th standard. I really like this talk, and I am also a budding author myself. I have wrote one novel. The second one is getting published this year. So I had to ask the question, how do you get the inspiration to write new books each time? Because I still struggle myself with writing a new chapter or the next paragraph. So I needed to ask, how do you get the inspiration to write more?
Yeah, and it's a tough question to answer because there's no simple answer. How old are you?
I am 15.
15?
Yeah.
What is this town? 12-year-old politicians, 15-year-old writers? I mean, I didn't know at 15. I'm trying to remember what I was doing at 15. We were renting, you don't even know what that product is, VCRs, video cassette recorders, and watching movies. I wasn't publishing my second book. So congratulations firstly. Wow. But it's, writing is the actual writing, but it's also the content, what you are saying. And I think life experience helps. The more you live life, the more you see the world, the more you have things you want to say to the world, right? So you have a long life ahead of you, hopefully, and you don't have to write for the sake of writing. I have told myself this. For me, there's always pressure from publishers. Write more books, we'll sell more because you have a name. But that's not going to deliver quality. It's when I feel like sharing something with the world, that's when I write. And sometimes that may not happen regularly, You've also written many books, what do you say?
And
No, again, as he rightly mentioned, initially maybe the first book you want to write because you want to have your first book done. Then as you keep writing, maybe you will write something and then you may not even publish it. Because after some time you may feel that this is not the kind of book that you want to write. So when you have that kind of a call, the real inner call, then you will start writing. That's why I tried writing about fiction. One of my work got completed, but for the last 5 years it is still in the shelves. Not because I don't have a publisher, but I don't feel like doing it now because I thought it is not relevant anymore. So when you really have that call, don't write for the sake of writing. Don't write for the sake of doing anything, not just writing.
now we have the last two
I
questions.
just want to tell you, I am not a writer of literature, but I have written books in science and based on my research. But I'll tell you the story of my first, when we had no computer, typewriters. We write in hand, give to a secretary to get it typed, then we use search to cut and paste several times, rewrite several times. Now it is so easy, you have a computer. Thanks AI, that is also AI, because of the computers. Whether it is in Malayalam, when I will tell you even the Malayalam, for my friend's 60th birthday, there were no Malayalam scripts at that time. But we had to write everything about Sadhya, Kalanola, Nerisheri in Malayalam and things like that. It was a difficult job. So writing will evolve slowly. Be patient. It will come automatically, and once you start, you will never stop. Maybe you have not seen the writing about Parker Ink. Let me tell you, if you have not heard about it, Parker Ink has an advertisement. When they wanted to write, they asked, I forget the name now, the Parker Ink says, once you start writing, you will never stop writing. Same way, you will start writing, so be patient, okay? You will write it. It is not an easy job, but once you get the hang of it, but once you publish your first book or article, you will be very proud. When I published my first research paper, I was the happiest person. It is like having a first baby and becoming a mother or becoming a father. You will enjoy it. I'm sure he must have enjoyed it too when he had his first book. So be patient, and I'm sure I'll be alive enough to see you published.
Right. Last two questions. Please make it fast. Yeah.
I'm Jana Elizabeth from Harisri Vidyanidhi. So my question is, in the book One Night at a Call Center, you describe some criteria for success: imagination, intelligence, self-confidence, and failure. Has this ever helped you to achieve success? Has this criteria ever helped you to achieve
Yes.
success?
So what was it? Imagination?
Intelligence, imagination, self-confidence, and failure.
Yeah, so I think intelligence, a little bit of intelligence it says. Not a lot. You don't need to be super intelligent. Intelligent enough to know what's going on in this world. I think that has helped me. Imagination has always helped me because all my books are that. But imagination is only not just for writing books. It's about thinking, what can I do next? What can I, confidence is important. You have to believe that I'll do it. You have to believe that if your brain can either be in the positive direction or negative direction. Brain is amazing. Whatever you start believing, it will start, that is what is going to happen. If I tell you, today I want to buy a car and I want to buy a red car. Trust me, you go on the road, you will start seeing red cars. It happens? No. Why does that happen? Because you are always seeing red cars, but your brain never attaches importance to the red car. But now you want to buy the red car, so it shows you evidence that this is a red car, this is how a red car looks like, this is how a red car looks like, or whatever. Same way, if you believe that I can do it, your brain will show you evidence that how you can do it. It will show you, yeah, see, you worked hard, you did that assignment well, yeah, you woke up early, yeah, you cleaned your room, look, you're good, I'm a good person, I can do anything. So the believing that confidence is very, very important in life. If you believe I can't do it, I'm a loser, your brain will show you evidence that you're a loser. Like, it'll show you red cars of losers. And if you show that I can do it, it'll show you how you win every day. So I think that confidence is very important in life, that you can do it, which often we forget.
Yeah, ma'am.
Any 2-year-old engineers here? Because I've seen that.
Yeah, ma'am. Your question, please.
Good morning. Actually, in our childhood, during our childhood, reading was like a way of life, a part of life. Everybody used to be good readers. But now it is different, things are different. So I just want to ask you for suggestions to bring people, including elders like us, back to reading table.
Yeah, some things are good for us, but we don't want to do them. Like going to gym. But once you go, you feel good. We all know it's good. Exercise, we all know it's good. But we don't feel like doing it. Reading is also same. So how are these things done? You make a commitment to yourself that I'll go exercise 3 times a week, 5 times a week, whatever you make it. And then you go. And even if you don't feel like going, you go, and eventually you feel good. Same way, first thing you have to do is realize the importance of reading. That I must read. And I can tell you, all the richest people in the world, they read. They only say well-read person. They never say well-TV watched person. They never say. Because reading will change your personality. Reading will build focus. And I'm sorry, some media people may be here, but read more books and read less news. Normally, healthy way of living life. I think. You must read more books, because an author has put years of work. He or she has put years of work in that book. Whereas when you watch a little video, little reel, it's been made for 30 seconds, 5 minutes of work is there. But a book can be a lifetime of work sometimes. People have put into it. So why are you depriving yourself? Just putting a little bit of effort. You're all educated. You all know how to read. But make that habit. Like you say, I will walk 5,000 steps every day. People do. I will read 20 pages every day. You have to bring that element of self-discipline to reading nowadays. Earlier on, less distractions were there. Now there are more. But just like exercise, you bring reading back into your life. It is a must. It is must, I feel.
Thank you.
Last question, before going to the last question, we would like to acknowledge the presence of a celebrated collector. Sri Krishna Teja is here. A huge round of applause for him. Last question, please.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Bhadra. I have two questions for you. First one is, how do you deal with a creative block? And second one is, if you can suggest one book for all the younger generation present here, which one would it be? Thank you.
My books only. No, I just read anything, guys. Read anything that interests you. I won't say read this book, read that book, because I just want you to read. If you read my books, it's great, but even if you don't read my book, you read some book. And if you get into the reading habit, one day you will pick up my book also. So I'm not worried. So I think read, if stories interest you, read a novel. If self-help interests you, read a self-help book. If a cooking book interests you, read a cooking book. I don't care, but read. Don't just keep watching screens and visuals, because reading is going to take you, benefit you much more. And as far as creative blocks are concerned, they come. Sometimes they come. You just have to, like he said, be patient. You have to, it's not, sometimes it's not automatic. It's not a factory that you can just generate creativity out of it. You just do other things in life, live your life and figure out what is it. I normally now only write when I actually have something I really want to say to society. If I don't want to say, I don't write. Why should I write? It's okay, I've written enough. So I'm at that stage. So if I'm feeling a lot of block, that means I don't have anything to say. And it's okay, then don't write.
Chetan, we have one more question from a different person altogether.
Okay.
Just like we have a AI and a possibly future EI Krishnan, we have Sarah, the first artificially intelligence-powered career coach lifologist.
Oh, really?
Just like our PM had in India Today Conclave, had the first AI newsreader. We have one or two questions from AI, career AI-powered Zara, who has been waiting and dying to ask a question to you. Zara and Zara's manager, Mr. Rahul Janayar, the screen is yours. Yes, yes.
Oh my God.
A huge round of applause to Sarah, please.
What is this?
Hi, Chetan Bhagat. I am Sarah, India's first AI career coach lifologist. Happy to meet a celebrated writer like you. How are you?
I'm good, Sarah. How old are you?
Sarah is eternal, timeless. Yeah, Sarah, your question, please. We are running short of time, Sarah. We are very sorry, we are running short of time. Yeah.
As we all know, AI is here to stay. How do you propose a synergy between human inspiration and artificial intelligence for the betterment of mankind?
Well, I feel human beings should use AI to make the world a better place. I think everybody should say, how can I use AI and do my job better? How can I put my hard work, my discipline, my creativity, use AI to contribute most to the world?
Zara, I know, Zara was telling me to ask 3 questions, but we are running short of time even for AI. So give a huge round of applause for Zara, the first AI-powered career coach life.
What all is happening? What all is happening, man? This is really scary. Okay.
And now we have a 2 quick program. Then we have Krishnate also addressing you for last minute. Now we have a literary composition by Omkar Parameshwar. And we would request Omkar to come out to stage, and it will be handed over by Chetan Bhagat to Ajay Kumar and the expression by Omkar. Omkar? Yeah. Heavily inspired by writers like him. Come on.
Okay,
Omkar.
so let me tell you tell me if I'm wrong, whatever I've heard about this book. The author is 11 years old, because that's how this town rocks, I don't know. And it has a story, 2060, COVID returns in the metaverse. So it's very high tech. And then there's a story with a lot of illustrations, and all the illustrations are AI generated using Midjourney. And then he put the whole book in ChatGPT and said, can you write a foreword for me? So the foreword of the book is also written by ChatGPT. So you are living in 2060 already. So thank you. Well done.
And Praveen Parameshwar is a proud father. He could have made anybody in India write the foreword, but his son chose ChatGPT to write the foreword to him. Thank you so much. Omkar, can we have a quick word from you? Because you are the people who should speak. Can we have a quick word from you, please?
Hello, good afternoon. It's a pleasure for me to be up here. So first of all, I would like to thank Chetan Bhagat uncle for releasing this book to the world, and Krishnan sir for giving this place, giving the stage, and Ajay uncle for his supporting and releasing the book, and Praveen uncle of Ivory Publications for publishing this book.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what Chetan Bhagat's body language is saying? You can call all others uncle. You can call me bro. You can call me some kind of... And may I please invite. Thank you, Omkar. A huge round of applause for Omkar, please. May I please invite Chief Lifeologist, Director of Lifeology, Sri Rahul Jain Iyer, who is an internationally certified lifeologist and career expert, to give a token of gratitude to Sri Chetan Bhagat. Rahul Jain Iyer, please. Can we have... May I please ask Mr. Praveen of Ivory, one of the leading publication, to be on stage, and we would request Dr. Krishnan's book also to be handed over. Can we have the book, please? Mr. Praveen, please. Acknowledge the presence of urban sketchers. Can we just have them on stage so that we can honor them, please? Urban sketchers, if you are here. We have Shilpa, Sriram, Haridas. Can we have a huge round of applause for all the three who have been furthering the cause of art? Can we also have Mr. Hussefa and Mr. Nishant, who has created an app? And Hussefa is the silent presence, in all our programs, who has been a facilitator. May I please invite and please give a huge round of applause to both Hussefa and Nishant, please.
Hussefa and Nishant, they have come all the way from Dubai, and they have developed an app for our village, for our own village, which we all have to use. And also they are coming with a website, devamela.com, which is all about our Puram and our traditions. So they have come all the way from Dubai. Thank you.
we were requesting him many times. Now I would request you all to request Mr. Krishnadeja to also come on stage and have a pic with us. It would be our honor, and I would invite Mr. Rahul and Mr. Mahadevan and Omkar also to come to the stage for the photo.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It was a nice day. Again, AI Krishnan is speaking. It's around 3 o'clock in Long Island, New York. He is still snoring it away. It is a pleasure to be here. I wanted to tell you something. When I was a child of your age, my dream was only to have some good dahi, yogurt or thaire. Adu kootti kaichu marikkanannayirunnu. There was no other dream. But what I accomplished in my life, if at all I have accomplished anything, it is through education and hard work. And that's what I recommend for all. Education and hard work. This building is dedicated for lifelong education and hard work for all. So there is no need to have a dream now if it is based on my principle. Because my dreams started only after I started working. Just as Rajiv had his dream fulfilled later on in his life. So if you don't have anything accomplished right now, this is no time to worry. You just, as a student in school or college, don't worry about anything. Have a good time. That good time should be not with using drugs and alcohol, but by having good friends all the time. Good parents, play with them and enjoy your life. So this, what you see at Sopanam and Srilagam is never in my imagination. So it was, as I said, it was for me to die after having a good meal. So it is good to have a good meal at any time. And I have now enough yogurt for the rest of my life to live. Thanks to my wife for making good yogurt every day, homemade yogurt. Yesterday I was disappointed because it was sambharam. Even though everybody says, no, it is great with ginger and karivepula. But I wanted full yogurt with ginger and yogurt. So whatever little dream you have, it will be fulfilled. Take it from me. The AI is telling you your dreams will be fulfilled with hard work and education. Please. So be happy and gay. And I want to thank all the people here on behalf of my family and the working group here who supported all their efforts. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. We are concluding the session. Can we have a huge round of applause for Chetan Bhagat, who come all the way from New York to attend the program here. We acknowledge that many people couldn't be given questions. We are sorry for that, but we are running short of schedule. Thank you, Chetan. Thank you all for attending the program and to all the wonderful schools.
The event is over. Thank you very much for your valuable presence here.
I request everybody to have lunch from here and go back to your home. Thank you.
cracking.